Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Hazeeq and we're taking a look at Injective, more specifically the INJ token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are extremely bullish. We're almost sitting at the all-time high prices for Injective, and a brief reminder, we did buy Injective all the way back here in September 2022 at $1.40. Some of the patrons got in at those prices, I believe. Some of them got in slightly higher at, I believe, maybe a few dollars here, and some of them got in at $10 or $7. But we are in profit, and It's great. It's really it's actually the best performing coin in my portfolio at the moment. And I think $100 for this coin is going to be absolutely not a problem. And I think this could be hit even, within 2024 and maybe $150, $200 in 2025 during the peak bull market time period. But what can we expect over here? So one thing to mention immediately is that when you break an all-time high and you start going into this and you're going in with a parabolic move to the upside, there is a very good possibility that the pump could continue and you could see a very strong breakout. That is a real possibility because this is essentially uncharted territories. So anything above $25 is going to be uncharted territories, and we could have a massive pump. That has happened on a lot of coins before, and I'm just letting you know that if you're looking to buy in, let's say at $5, I don't think that's going to be a possibility for you if we indeed do have this breakout. But I'm not telling you to buy in at the current prices either. If I didn't have any Injective, I wouldn't have been buying into this, right? When it already did a massive whopping 1,835%. So I'm sitting at a 16x, I believe. So of course I don't need to buy any more tokens. I'm staking them. I'm already making quite a bit of tokens from the staking, obviously, on the Kepler wallet and earning some airdrops for that as well. So obviously I'm not worried about buying in, but if you don't have any tokens, what do you do in this situation? If you are really eager, to buy Injective, but keep in mind, from the current prices, at 10x is going to take you to $200. And again, we're not guaranteed $200. I think $100 is definitely guaranteed. And that's just less than a 5x from the current prices. So just evaluate the situation and really think if you want to be getting into something like this, because it has pumped quite a lot. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. If we jump into the CoinMarketCap page, you can see that the market cap is already breaking all-time high prices, and it has been doing so since October essentially, or I should say even since April 2023, because of the token dilution. Now the current market cap is sitting at $1.8 billion. And we were getting into this thing when it was sitting at approximately, was that $100 million or so? Yeah, approximately like $130 million. That's when we were getting into the thing. The supply is not that huge, 83.75 million tokens. And if we are, for example, going to get to something like $10-15 billion market cap, I think that's very much possible. If we get extremely bullish, $20 to $30 billion, anything is possible. I mean, you can see how Solana performed in the last bull market, how Terra Luna performed in the last bull market, and also the fact that this is a Cosmos built project, I am extremely bullish on Injective. So this is just something to think about. Do you really want to be buying into something that has already pumped this much? If your answer is yes, then let's go back to the charts and see which support levels we can identify. So taking a look at the weekly chart immediately, because I don't want to spend time on the daily chart as that's going to be short term, and I just want to give you more global support levels to look at. So we did break above this yellow resistance trend line. This was a very important moment in on this chart. You can see a lot of volume started coming in, so the breakout is confirmed, a full throttle breakout, and we're already above the first fib level on the weekly chart, because obviously we're using the bodies of the candles for the fib. And I think retracing to the all-time high before the end of the year is just a matter of time. It's probably going to happen before the end of the year, if we don't even attempt to break $30 before the end of the year, because this is how bullish this coin is. Now, the perfect time to be buying was obviously off of these levels over here. I was making videos back at this time in June, July 2023, and I was talking about how you are potentially going to get very much suppressed between the support and the resistance, and you could have a massive breakout. And that is exactly what is happening over here. So if you got in at $7 to $8, congratulations, you're sitting at good returns right now. If you want to leave the project and buy back lower, that's fine, but I can't guarantee that it's going to come back down below $22 even if we continue pumping to 40 in the near future. So this is how bullish this project is. It absolutely does not care about anything. None of the pullbacks on Bitcoin side, none of the pullbacks on the altcoin side. So the first level immediately is this over here. So this high from November 2021 and September 2021. That is sitting at $13.24, but that is a hefty pullback from the current price. That is like a 43% pullback. When is the last time we had a 43% pullback? So this time around, we did have a 43% pullback actually, back in June 2023. Then over here, we had a 33% pullback. Over here in January 2023, we had the 46% pullback. And over here in October last year, we had a 56% pullback, but this was obviously the FTX crash. So expecting a 43% pullback, I don't know. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I don't know if we're going to get a 43% pullback. And of course, we're assuming that this is the local top. It is possible we're going to be pumping much higher here in the next few days. But please don't FOMO into this. I'm not telling you to FOMO into this. If you're going to be buying at the current prices, the risk to reward is not in your favor, because if you take a look at the RSI in a second, you're going to see that there's a very good chance we're going to see a nice retracement in the near future. But until that happens, we could continue pumping. So obviously you have to evaluate the risks for yourself. It's your money. You have to do your own research. So taking a look at the RSI, absolutely crazy, sitting at the index of 87. This is absolutely crazy, even higher than we were back in April 2021, which is our all-time high. So Injective is performing extremely well, and expecting a 50% pullback in these market conditions is not a very logical position, in my opinion. What you could do is you could wait for the stochastic to have some sort of a retracement, because maybe after the Chinese New Year, as we usually do in crypto, we see a pullback. So if you come back down here into the oversold below the index of 20, you could have a good opportunity to enter, and whatever the price is at that time, that's probably going to be your best entry point, because when the stochastic resets and it's down below the index of 20, that is your good entry point. But for the RSI here, it's gonna be a hefty pullback if we're gonna be coming all the way back down from 87. And keep in mind, we could continue higher from here. This is how bullish Injective is. So what I would do is I would target this level over here. So 63.8 is going to be a massive level, and that is going to be a level you want to eyeball in case we do come back down. So if we start retracing and doing something like this, we could do something along these lines, have a few back tests of that, and then have another move to the upside, and maybe we even create a bearish divergence there. And we create an all-time high with the price action, right? But the RSI is going to be printing a bearish divergence, and that will eventually lead to the bear market in 2026, 2027, whatever. So just keep that in mind, and expecting the RSI down here is unrealistic. Like, I can guarantee you 99.9% we're not going to see the RSI down here before the end of the bull market. That's just not possible. With the way things are, I don't think that's possible unless we have like a market-wide drop in the financial systems and, you know, for example, China invades Taiwan, then yes, we could have a massive collapse. But we cannot expect these black swan events to happen. We cannot trade based on the expectation of these black swan events because they're unforeseen. So always have money on the sidelines for those, but as of right now, just wait for a pullback. I would say a 20 to 30% pullback is okay for you to start dollar cost averaging and just kind of dipping your toes in the water and seeing how things are. If you continue lower, good, buy more. If not, then, you know, then you bought in and you still are going to make some money, but this is not a coin that you should expect to make like a 50x with at this point. It's just not going to be possible because you already missed out these low prices. So I would advise you look into some other coins. We cover some of them on the channel as well that haven't gone up this much. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm interested to know if you got into Injective last year during this accumulation here, because I did back in September. And of course now at this point, I wish I bought a heck of a ton more tokens, but you know, we'll be smarter next time. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.